What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome in to My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Show.
Welcome into episode 93, everybody. I am your host, Sleazeball. Today's episode is going to be my 8 smash start players this week. So I'm going to give you 2 players at each position. So running back, quarterback, wide receiver, tight end. And they're going to be outside the top 10. So these aren't your superstar starts. These are players that most people are probably having questions about. And if you have questions, of course, drop them in the comments. But I'm most likely going to say smash start these players. Now, before we dive into it, guys, make sure you smash that like, make sure you smash that subscription, turn that bell on. All of you guys that came out for the live stream last night for the Thursday night game was absolutely insane. We had 50 plus views going. I cannot thank you guys enough. And my 49ers got the dub, baby. I hope Jordan Mason is healthy after that shoulder injury. But if you guys want to check out any of my work previous also as well, I try to get all my rankings and all my startup sit-ems out before the Thursday night kickoff. Those are all out if you guys want to check those out as well. And let's dive into my must-start smash players this week, guys. My number 1 smash play this week is going to be Caleb Williams, guys, in the London game at 6:30 versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Going to show they're at home, but they're not at home. They're in London. Now, why I like Caleb Williams so much this week. So if you look at him, first game of the year, started off versus Tennessee, started off versus Houston, 2 top pass defenses out the gates. He struggled. But look what he's done against the cakewalk teams. The Indianapolis Colts, the Carolina Panthers, 2 bottom-of-the-barrel defenses. He shredded for an average of 23 points with 25 and 22 against both of them. Now, when you're looking at the Jacksonville Jaguars, I know they've been in London a ton. I know they've been there. They have the experience. That is not going to matter for me. And when I post these videos, guys, I'm not just posting them. I'm living behind them as well. So I have a $500 12-man league that I'm starting Caleb Williams over Josh Allen in this week. Yes, over Josh Allen. And if I need to show the picture next week, I will for you guys so you can see it. Now, the Jacksonville Jaguars, guys, ranked 32nd versus the quarterback, dead last, giving up 23.1 points per game. They give up 298 yards a game to the quarterback. That is dead last in the NFL. And when you go over to the wide receiver, guys, it gets even better. They rank 32nd, dead last in the NFL, giving up 46.5 points per game to the wide receiver. DJ Moore and Keenan Allen are going to feast in this game. They also give up 210 pass yards to the wide receivers, a game that is 31st. Second to the Detroit Lions to give up 218. Caleb Williams is going to slice and dice this defense. And you even get a little rushing upside. So if you're looking at, a 5-game sample, he averages about 23 rush yards a game. Extra cherry points on top. Caleb Williams is an absolute smash play this week at quarterback. My number 2 smash quarterback, and I cannot believe that he is even making this list after how bad I was and harsh on him at the preseason. I got to apologize. Daniel Jones, man. Daniel Jones last week against Seattle, they were a top 15 pass D, but remember, I said their pass defense is fraud, and I never believed their 3 wins when they got him against, they played Skylar Thompson, they played Jacoby Brissett, and they've literally played absolutely 3, and Bo Nix in his first game. So they had 3 easy wins out the gates. Now they played 3 tough teams. Now they've struggled. Now, Danny Dimes had a struggle game against Minnesota to start, but look what he's done since. And he had no Malik Neighbors last week. He's been a 20-point average every single game against a defense that's not a top defense. So this is going to be a smash play here against the Cincinnati Bengals. And when you're looking at the Bengals, and last week, Lamar Jackson just dropped 35 points on him, 348 yards. The Cincinnati Bengals ranked 28th versus the quarterback, giving up 19.6 points. They ranked 26th in the red zone versus the quarterback, so high touchdown upside all the time. And 220 yards allowed per game, which is bottom 10 in the NFL. And then when you head over to the wide receiver side for the Bengals, I mean, Jesus, Zay Flowers just went off on him. The Cincinnati Bengals ranked 19th. They give up 33.2 points per game. They ranked 14th in the red zone. They give up 150 pass yards to the wide receiver position alone. You saw the offense look different with Tyrone Tracy, and you didn't even see Malik Neighbors out there. Now, we don't know about his concussion protocol either. So if Malik Neighbors is out there this Sunday night against the Bengals, oh my God, Daniel Jones is even more of a smash play. But I'm still okay starting him, even if he's not out there. The Cincinnati Bengals defense has to score to keep up. They're going to be in shootout games. They cannot stop anybody. And just look at like Darius Slayton. Darius Slayton even popped off last week without Malik Neighbors. So Danny Dimes is starting to figure it out. Plus, he gives you, just like I said with Caleb Williams, a little rushing upside. So you get a little extra cherry on top again here. So if you look at the 5 games, he's averaging about 20, 22 yards a game, or 21, 22 yards a game rushing. That is what you want in fantasy football. And I'm okay starting Danny Dimes. And I'm going to use another example for what I'm doing. I'm starting Daniel Jones over Justin Fields versus the Raiders this week. Switching over to running backs, my number 3 smash start of the week, guys, here. And you see a little trend happening, sticking with the Bears here. You're going to see another Bear here as well coming down this video. But if you guys want to go back to my week 3 buy low video, you can literally pull it up where I said after the 3 games versus Indy, versus Houston, versus Tennessee, where DeAndre Swift struggled, he is going to be the smash buy. And look at this ever since. Against the LA Rams, 27. Against the Carolina Panthers, 21. Now he gets the Jacksonville Jaguars. And just look ahead, guys. He gets Washington. He gets Arizona. He gets New England, Green Bay, Minnesota, Detroit. All games at possible shootouts. DeAndre Swift is going to absolutely eat the rest of the season. I hope you guys listen to the buy low. Now, heading into London, same thing here. 6:30 game. You get Jacksonville. You're not at home. You're in London. But look at the Jags defense, guys. The Jags defense currently ranks 29th versus the running back, 27.3. They rank 31st in the red zone, 10.4. Now, I know Roschon Johnson is taking those goal line carries. So a possible flex play for Roschon Johnson as well, because the red zone, they're terrible at stopping the running back. Now, they give up 77.8 yards per game here. But the Jacksonville Jaguars defense, guys, cannot stop anything right now. It is run, pass, tight end, wide receiver, whatever it is. It's absolutely atrocious. And when you're looking at their numbers on the season, right? So if I'm looking at the Jacksonville Jaguars defensive numbers, they rank 30 as a defense alone, just to start. They've never had a game over 5+ fantasy points on the season. And guys, they're averaging over 400 yards a game against them. This is an absolute all smash Chicago Bears game. And I'm going to get to another guy here later in the video as well. And you got to remember here, these are guys outside the top 10. So when you're looking at DeAndre Swift, he's RB16. He almost has about 400 total yards. His attempts are going up. He's finding the end zone. He's an absolute smash start along with Caleb Williams. Give me the Bears this week. My number 4 smash player is Benjon Robinson, and it's absolutely mind-blowing to me that he's even on this list. So currently RB19, so almost outside the top 20 running backs on the season is bonkers. I thought it was Arthur Smith last season, using the Tyler Algier double running back. Even saw Cordell Patterson in there last year. And now you're seeing Tyler Algier again. 67% snaps last week for Benjon Robinson. That is unacceptable. Tyler Algier was even in the late drive, and I was like, what is going on here? So I know Benjon has had a safe floor all year of 12 to 13 points. We have not seen the ceiling yet, guys. The ceiling game is here. This is the Benjon Explode week. You get the Carolina Panthers. They rank 31st versus the running back, giving up 31.6 points per game. They rank dead last in the red zone at 12.6 points per game. They rank 32nd. They give up 120 yards to the running back position on a weekly basis. That is second worst in the NFL, only behind the Arizona Cardinals. So this is the absolute smash Benjon game. And if you want to see why I'm saying it's the smash Benjon game where you're going to see the ceiling, here's why. I know this is tacky using my own tweet, but this is my Twitter. So if you want to check it out, Sleazeball FF, my mind is a weapon, everything like that. I post tons of football content there as well. And look at this. Carolina Panthers versus the running back, 2024. Like I said, look at the numbers there. And then look at this now. Alvin Kamara week 1, 22.1. J.K. Dobbins week 2, 22.1. Zamir White and Madison, Raiders, kind of shitty run game, still 16.5. Then we go week 4. Chase Brown, 23.2, and Zach Moss, 17.8. They combine for 40. Then you go week 5. DeAndre Swift, 21 points. Roschon Johnson, 14.5. They combine for 35. That is 136.5 points on the season. That is an average of 27.22 points per game to the running back position. You may even be able to flex Tyler Algier in this game if you have him. But this is the absolute Benjon Robinson to the moon game. Book it. Heading over to wide receivers, it is going to be Terry McLaurin as an absolute smash start this week. And I've even gotten questions on Twitter and YouTube. I don't trust Terry. Should I start Terry McLaurin? It drives me absolutely bonkers. Terry McLaurin has found his rhythm with JD5, the QB2 overall. You have a high-powered offense. He's seeing 27% target share, which is top 12 in the NFL. He still has wide receiver 28 because of the slow start. So even outside the top 20, which is crazy to me, that will change. 36 targets, 23 receptions, 303 yards, 2 touchdowns. Now, last 3 weeks, Cincinnati, 21 points, terrible defense. Arizona, terrible pass defense, 15 points. Cleveland, good pass defense, 15 points. Now you get the Baltimore Ravens, guys. Now, if you look at last week, you could say Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, different breed. That's fine. Jamar Chase is a different breed. but I'd say JD5 is getting close to Joe Burrow already. And look at last week, the Bengals. What did the Bengals do versus the Ravens? Dude, they passed for 392 yards. The Baltimore Ravens defense, guys, ranks 28th versus the wide receiver. They give up 44 points a game. They rank 26th in the red zone, giving up 8.3, and they give up 193 yards to just the wide receiver position alone. That is fourth worst in the NFL. You're in a possible shootout game here with Terry McLaurin. This is an absolute smash play for me. I cannot believe I'm getting questions about it. Get Terry McLaurin in your lineup. This game is going to be over 60 points, and you want every single piece of this game. Number 6 smash player of the week, and I told you I'm sticking with the trend. Caleb Williams, DeAndre Swift, DJ Moore, absolute smash plays this week. You get the Jacksonville Jaguars, and you saw the connection grow last week when they finally got some room to breathe. They've had a tough matchup most of the way besides the Indianapolis Colts game. DJ Moore still had 12 points in that game. He had 10 targets, just didn't find the end zone. What is he doing lately? Finding the end zone. 3 touchdowns in his last 2 games. Still currently wide receiver 16, so not inside the top 10 yet. He's always out there almost every single snap, 90% snap share on the year. He's had 99 in a couple games, so 88 last week. Don't look at it. They blow him out, so he missed a couple snaps here. Now, 27 points versus the Carolina Panthers last week. And like I said, you get the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're going to go over this again. I'm going to reiterate it so you hear it and you hear it and you hear it and you hear it because the Jags defense is that bad, guys. 32nd versus the wide receiver, giving up 46.5 points. 18th in the red zone. They get a little better there, but they give up 210 yards to the position that is second worst in the NFL. And the Jacksonville Jaguars have had 3 games this year, guys, where they've given up 447 yards, 425 yards, 400 yards. This is going to be an absolute smash all the Bears game here. And in my next video, in the sleeper video, I'm going to break down a little more about this game. But DJ Moore, DeAndre Swift, and Caleb Williams are my absolute smash plays this week that I love starting 100%. My number 7 smash play, and we're heading into tight ends here. So for the tight ends, guys, I'm going to stay outside the top 5 tight ends overall because outside the top 10, well, we can stay outside the top 10. I could find one here for you, I guess, in the top 10 here that I might like this week. But I'd more than rather they call it a sleeper call in my later video. So we'll do top 5 for the tight end. I'll stay outside the top 10 for quarterback, running back, wide receiver. But Kyle Pitts is outside the top 10, tight end 11, played 85% snaps last week, which was right where they needed to be with week 1 with 95% snaps. And every time he plays over 80% of snaps, he averages over 10 points. And everyone's always out on this guy. Kyle Pitts, do not give up on this man. Look at the schedule that they have coming ahead. You get the Carolina Panthers this week. Why I like that so much. The Carolina Panthers are 22nd versus the tight end, giving up 12.4 points per game. That is what you want on an average from your tight end because it's so hard to get tight end points this year at all anyways. So a 12.4 average is gold. They rank 23rd in the red zone, so high touchdown upside there for Kyle Pitts in this game. And they give up 50 yards to the tight end position alone, which ranks 7th worst in the NFL. This is volume game here. Kirk Cousins is starting to click. He was 35 years old, coming off an Achilles, new scheme, new coach, new team, all of that. And now you get the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last week where he wasn't supposed to smash, and he did. He saw 8 targets, 85 yards. The Kyle Pitts show is here. When you're looking ahead at his schedule, guys, just look at this. You get Seattle, Tampa Bay, Dallas. Look what George Kittle just did in Seattle. Indianapolis Colts, the worst. Denver, very, very bad versus the tight end. Kyle Pitts' season is here, guys. I am nowhere near out on him, and I have him as my tight end 2 overall this week. Smash play this week at tight end. Last but not least, my number 8 smash player is going to be Trey McBride, who is currently tight end 10. I know he missed last week with the concussion, came back versus the 49ers, has 30 targets, 20 receptions, 175 yards, and man, he dropped a touchdown that was, batted out of his hands in that game. Could have had his first touchdown against the 49ers. It was very close. He had another opportunity late in the game that just missed as well. His time is coming, and his time is now, guys. They're playing the Green Bay Packers this week. It is a 47.5 point spread in Vegas, so projected to be a very, very high game. And what you have to love here is you're going to have Jair Alexander probably on Marvin Harrison 50-60% of the game. So going to be more of a Trey McBride game. And where do the Green Bay Packers struggle? Oh, yeah, versus the tight end. They rank 24th versus the tight end, give them 13.1 points. That is what you want, again, from your tight end. No matter what, you want to get over, try and get 10 points a week because it's so hard. They also rank 24th in the red zone, so very high touchdown upside here. And they give up 50 yards a game, which, again, is bottom 7, bottom 8 in the NFL versus the tight end position. And you played against Fred Warner last week and still popped off. He saw 9 targets for 53 yards. The San Francisco 49ers are very good at covering the tight end, and he still balled out. So now you get a cakewalk matchup here. Trey McBride has a legit shot at tight end 1 this week, and he's my tight end 1 on the year. So it could be a little bias for me as well in this because I love Trey McBride so much. But this is going to be the week where he smashes for 15 to 20 plus points. Get this man in your lineups and do not overthink it. Thanks for rocking with me today, guys. That is the end of episode 93. My top 8 smash start players, 2 per position that are outside the top 10. I also stayed outside the top 5 for the tight end position because it's a little tougher. So gave myself a little break there instead of diving into the deep ones. Because in my next video, guys, I'm going to be doing my top 8 sleepers, 2 per position that are very, very deep for competitive leagues here. So before I head out, guys, make sure you smash that like, smash that subscription, turn that bell on. We will be live tonight, I believe 8 p.m. Eastern, with a couple content creators on there going over tertiary plays, pick'ems, each matchup. If you guys have start sit questions, always come on in. The stream yesterday was absolutely amazing. I cannot thank you guys enough for all the support. And if you guys can't make any of the live streams, one of my goals is to answer every single comment to get you your weekly win and hopefully get you that ultimate goal of a championship. And thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for all the love, man. Sleazeball out. I'll catch you in my next video.
You